Okay. Could I have some,
It's different for every
drink?
family, person, whatever,
I
but,
take my medicine. Water okay?
I think
Water's
it's
fine.
completely just stop communicating and,
Lemonade's better.
and turn your back, even though, you know, they're turning their backs. You know, I think if you did that, it would be much more,
Just give me water. Just give me water.
Sure.
Yeah.
it would just be harder in the future for that time when that day comes, when they're gonna wonder, you know, when they're
Who
gonna
is
get
this?
curious.
Who is this?
You know
Carmen.
what I mean?
You know her?
Yeah.
She talking to you?
I would hate to see you completely, you know, stop
She have people that care about you. Little people
having
can't care
that.
about your kids
But I
too.
understand how it triggers. I understand that.
You don't have to believe in Jesus.
I mean, when I was homeless, and I first went homeless, and Sophia had been taken from me, I only got to see her every 2 weeks for 2 hours in a public place, monitored. Of course, her dad was always there. And I would go to those visits, you know, and I would spend my 2 hours. But when I got back to that hotel room, it wasn't pretty. It broke me down every single fucking time. Every time. It broke me down. And
Sounds like a
it
motivational
was a
speaker.
constant disruption of my peace. But I think had I not endured that and showed up, she and I would not have the relationship that we have right now, which is pretty good, you know. I mean, obviously she's not bonded to me like she is her daddy, but sometimes, you know, she will come to me and she sees her daddy, you know, she can see she's not stupid. She's actually very wise for her age. And her grandmother too, I mean, she sees how they're not necessarily sane people. and she looks at me now as the sane one. And I know for a fact that she will come to me if she gets scared of some situation with them. I know that because she's done it before. And so I have, you know, I'm grateful for that at least. So it's tough. It's tough. There's just no fucking easy way. And there's no getting that time back.
The battery
All
ran
that
out.
really
What?
fucking matters, dude, is right the fuck now. The past fucking dead. It's over. We'll never get that back, but it don't matter anymore. What matters is today, showing up today, you know, at least, you know, talking on the phone, checking in, showing that, you know what, I'm your father, fuck your mom, you know, I have a right to see you too, and you may hate me right now, but there is gonna come a day, okay, when you will grow and you will gain more wisdom and understanding about all that happened. And I mean, you know, you're an amazing person. You go out of your way to help people. You know, that is a wonderful thing and something to be very proud of. And I think your sons will one day reach the point where they can appreciate that about you. And I'm so happy you put out all those videos and shit because they will be able to see, you know what, my dad's a pretty cool guy. Fuck. That's my prayer for you, darling. I love you so much. You're so the best man. I
Your
know.
name's not John. Your
Bye.
name is Luke. Your name's not John, it's Luke.
She said John?
Yeah. I think she might have said Luke. I thought it was John. Is she Luke?
I'm not sure.
What was it? Was it to you? Was it stuff to you?
That was to me, yeah.
Then it must have said Luke, and I thought it was John. That happens. You can make a mistake.
Okay. Alright, Kathy, we're gonna, I don't know, I guess cook up the rest of the noodles, plate them, and then we still got the yogurt and the salad. I'm gonna give you that I gotta add some sea moss, but I'm gonna give you that garlic teriyaki that we made as a dressing. If you like it. So, you got
Zucchinis are pumpkins, right? Zucchinis are pumpkins, right?
the zucchini is a squash,
Yeah.
and the pumpkin is also a squash.
Are there different kinds of squash?
Yeah, different kind of squash. Think we can fit this all in this one pot? Catherine, you try?
Yeah.
Alright, come on over. Let's cut it first.
Is Sir Doyle pastor? Is Sir Doyle's pastor Ray Muhammad?
Raymond Ali.
Raymond
Close.
Raymond Ali. His name is Londos.
Close. He used to be a Muslim back in the day, but then he converted. He got a divine inspiration from Jesus when he was like in his 40s, and he converted. He's like almost 80 years old, and he converted to Christianity, and he's been a Christian ever since. And he talks about Jesus ever since. He doesn't talk about Allah. He talks about Jesus ever since, and he's been preaching for a long time. He's been preaching. Shortly after he got saved, he became a preacher. He's been preaching for years, and he doesn't really talk much good about the Muslim faith. He doesn't. He's strictly Christian.
He doesn't talk bad about Islam, does he? He just doesn't talk about it.
He doesn't really say much about it. He did say a couple of things that he thought that you would take as negative, because he said that they're not followers. They're not real real people. He'll tell you straight up that Islam is not a true. It's not a true faith. But he'll also tell you that any other faith besides Christianity and Judaism is a real faith. He says he'll tell you that Christianity first and then Judaism is the real deal. Only because Judaism's half the Bible. So he says the Bible's all true. So if Judaism's half the Bible, it's got to be true too.
It's half true.
Yeah, basically, yeah. It's true because it's part of the Bible, and everything you said in the Bible is true. That's what I'll tell you. But it'll also tell you they're missing something. But he also said that Jews were the chosen people to become Christians.
You said Jews were what now?
Chosen people to become Christians.
I heard the Jews are the chosen people, and then I missed the last part.
To become Christians.
Oh, to become Christians.
And then Jesus Christ was a Jew. He was a Jewish Messiah. And a Christian basically is somebody who practices Judaism with Christ saying it to it.
Right.
But he says that we're not the same as Messianic Jews. We are. There's no difference about us because we both worship the same thing as Messianic Jews. But the Gentiles are different in one sense because the Gentiles were adopted into the kingdom and the Jews were born into the kingdom. So Messianic Jews are born into the kingdom, and Gentiles adopted. We're the same except for that. Except for the fact that Jews are born and we were adopted, we're the same.
Okay, Londos wants to know what's the name of your church.
Revival Outreach Ministries. You go down into Valley Stream, you hit Shar Avenue. You go down Shar Avenue until you hit what do you call that street? Hillside and Clarendon. On the corner of Hillside and Clarendon, which is 215 Hillside Avenue, which is the corner of Hillside and Clarendon, you'll see the church. You'll see the church. There's a big cross in front, on top of the church, on the church, and you'll see Pastor Raymond and Sandra Ali.
Until that happens, I put the palm butter.
Pastor Raymond and Sandra Ali. Although the pastor of the church is really an apostle, but it says Pastors Raymond and Sandra Ali on the sign. But the pastor is an apostle. He's a modern day apostle. And he'll also tell you the woman could be a pastor, but she can't be an apostle. I'll tell you that because it's in the Bible. But not because he's a chauvinist or anything, because it says in the Bible. And he believes everything it says in the Bible. And the Bible says that a woman cannot be an apostle. It could be a pastor, but it can't be an apostle.
What's the difference? What's the difference?
The apostle is the head of the fivefold ministry, head guy. And he can be a chief apostle with other apostles under him.
Mm-hmm.
But he's basically, you could start your own apostolic church if you're an apostle.
Yo. Start your own church?
Start your own apostle, your own fivefold ministry. You can start your own fivefold ministry once you become an apostle.
What ministry?
Fivefold.
Fivefold?
The fivefold ministry are apostles, bishops, pastors, elders, all that. And you become an apostle, you can start your own fivefold ministry. None of us in that church yet are apostles but him. But he's going to raise up apostles. You join that church, he's going to try to raise you up as an apostle. Sounds good, right?
I'm going to start my own church.
Once you become an apostle, you can't do it right away. You got to stay with him, and you got to be under his covering and learn from him until he tells you you're ready. And he'll make you, when he feels you're ready, he'll make you an apostle. He won't do that right away. He hasn't done that to any of us yet. He hasn't ordained any of
I
us.
think he'll make an exception for me.
No. You're going to have to prove yourself just like anybody else. When I first went to that church,
in the door, he's going to go, apostle.
when I first went to that church, people were saying that everybody, it's mostly women in there were saying, yeah, Richard. And yet they kept on saying, Richard. And apostles corrected them all and they said, no, Richard's got to prove himself.
Oh.
When they were saying that, when they saying people that were highly favored in the church, especially mostly women were saying, Richard is, and then the apostles said no, corrected them all and said no, Richard's got to prove himself.
Prove yourself by paying.
Everything. Richard's got to prove himself in everything. His tithes and offerings, he's giving to the Jewish fund, the missionary fund, he's going to church, he's reading the Bible, he's praying over himself, he's healing other people. I mean, I really have to, everybody there's going to prove himself. Everybody's there to prove himself. We start out a congregation member, then a deacon, then we move up. I was a deacon in another church, but he told me I couldn't be a deacon in this church because it's a new church and I have something about him. And he hasn't made me a deacon yet. But after a deacon is an elder, after an elder is a pastor, bishop, apostle, and he has never, I think there are 2 pastors in the church that made it to pastor, and maybe I think there's 1 minister total. Everybody else is either a deacon or congregation member. I think there are 2 deacons. The rest of us are all congregation members. Some of us are congregation members that got the privilege of preaching. I haven't got that privilege in this church.
Who reads the Bible during the Mass?
There's no mass. It's not a mass. It's
What?
It's
A
not
service. What
a
is
service.
Who
Uh,
reads the Bible like? Don't you have?
we all have Bibles. We all Bibles. The pastor starts the reading, and
Okay.
he has us read along with him sometimes.
Okay. So it's not like in the Catholic Church where they have the first reading, the second reading, and then the gospel. Is that how the service goes? Do you have to read
It's
it?
however the Spirit leads the pastor.
Okay.
See, he does his sermons, and everybody else that does, because other people in the church do sermons. There are people that aren't even deacons or anything that he trusted to do sermons.
Really?
To preach, yeah. It depends on the person. I never did it yet. But depending on, we do study something out of the Bible to prepare for a sermon. But when the sermon hits us, it's whatever the Holy Spirit says. So you might be studying one thing in the Bible, but the Spirit's going to tell you to direct you to totally path. The studying is there just so you can prepare yourself. But most of the time, when you study something out of the Bible, that's not whether the Spirit leads you. The Spirit leads you wherever He wants to lead you. And I don't want to disappoint you, but when you sing, that type of singing,
Mm-hmm.
you can't do it in the church. That's not led by the Holy Spirit. So they wouldn't let you do that. No, they wouldn't let you do that. That's not led by the Spirit. But you do some gospel singing.
Vatican Gate. Sammy says start Vatican Gate.
What's all Vatican Gate?
The only, see if you can answer this one. The only saint to carry a sword. That's what Sammy wants to know. I'm thinking.
I think it's
Archangel
one,
Michael.
the one at the end that chopped the God's ear off. He was the one that carried the sword. Who was that? Was that James? And Jesus said,
The only
"Live by
saint
the
to carry a sword
you
is
die by the sword."
it's either Joan of Arc or Archangel Michael. That's what I think. What is it, Sammy?
Is he either live
Paul. He said Paul.
by the Paul chopped his ear off.
Paul's the only saint to carry a sword?
Oh no, saint. We're all saints. We're all saints. No, you go to my church. Two churches, my church, and a lot of these saints think that way too. But any Bible-fearing person that will tell you, anybody that studies the King James Bible hard enough will tell you that we're all saints. Some of us are, we're not all apostles, but we're all saints. Now that, well, if you're not saved yet, and you're not in the church, you're not a saint. But if you're saved by Christ, you're a saint. Anybody that's saved by Christ is a saint. And I think that, Latter-day Saints believe that they're all saints too, but they're not even saints. Those guys they got it all wrong. But anybody that's saved by Christ and in the church is a saint. That's why they say the secrets of the saints. We have secrets that we learn. Jesus gives us secrets. Not come from the pastor, not come from the church. He lets us in those secrets. Jesus does. Lets us in on those secrets. It's called the secrets of the saints.
I never heard that.
Yep. Sometimes we have those secrets and we don't even know it. The secrets of the saints. You're going to like this church. You might not agree right away with everything, but you're going to work. The pastor's going to work. The apostle's going to work with you, and you're going to benefit from it. You're going to like it. You're not going to want to leave. something about, maybe you'll feel like leaving, but something about the church is gonna keep you coming back. And you're not gonna want, and then eventually, you're gonna start picking up on what's going on.
Yeah.
He won't force anything on you,
No?
but he will preach in the church, and he will expect things of you in the church. Like if you're doing something rebellious, you can't do it in the church. When he's preaching, there's no friends under the anointing, he says.
No what?
He has no friends under the anointing.
No friends under the anointing.
Right, so when he's preaching,
Be quiet.
be quiet. He's not your friend when he's preaching.
Whoa.
He's preaching, he's there to do a job from Christ, and there's no friends under the anointing.
Okay.
And then when the sermon is over, he'll talk to you. He'll be friends with you, he'll talk to you.
I see.
But
How
when
long
he's-
does this usually last? What time do you get there?
I usually get there in the morning, and I stay there till like 1 o'clock or 2 o'clock.
What time in the morning?
Like 9:30, 10:30, 10:30. You know, I'm gonna call them now.
So
You
it's
got,
like 2 hours.
you got. Could I look him up on the phone? I don't have his number on me, but do you ever leave off the card? The card I gave you? Let me look him up on the phone. Say Revival Irish Ministries. In Valley Street. Phone number. I'm gonna try to get so you can get the bread blessed for you. Because I'm sure he'll do it. I'm sure he'll do it. But if you explain that you're allergic to the bread. If we explain it that way, I'm sure he'll do it. If it's just for the hell of it, he won't. But if you explain to him that you're allergic to it. Yeah, but really allergic. You really allergic to it?
Yeah.
Good. Then it's legit. That's legit. Then it's legit. That's like it's like if somebody's eating peanuts in church and you can't eat peanuts because you're allergic. It's the same thing. Anything you're allergic to, you can't really eat. You can't eat. So, what happens when you eat it? Constipation?
For me,
Constipation?
because of my brain injury,
Oh, okay. I'll explain that to him.
it's
So it's a real problem. It's a real
it's
problem.
like it affects my mood, so I'll get either really depressed or irritated.
Let me call him. You have a legitimate gripe. I'm gonna tell him you have a traumatic brain injury. You can't eat the bread. You're allergic to it.
Okay, hold on one second. Let's talk to somebody with this cable thing.
Cable guy. Cable guy. People at my house thought you were my brother.
Brother in Christ.
They thought we looked alike. We looked like brothers.
No way.
Yeah, they did. They said
Oh, one's blonde, one's brunette. How do we look like?
because I look like a blonde version of you. Big deal. That's one difference. Your hair color is not your. That's not your looks, right? Your hair color is not your looks.
Yeah, but people in the same family don't have different color hair. Do they?
Some
You
do.
can.
Really?
Yeah.
My
One
mother.
person brown hair, one person blonde?
My
Yeah,
father's-
my cousin, there's two girls, one boy. The two girls have brown hair. The brother has brown hair, and my cousin had platinum blonde.
My cousins all have blonde hair, and all three of them, and the father's got a brunette. The father's a brunette like you. And my mother, my aunt's a brunette, and my aunt's related to me, and she's got black hair, and she's related to me. My hair was medium brown and it turned blonde. My hair was medium brown and it turned blonde with age.
Turn blonde.
It turned blonde because it was like a gray blonde. It's not really blonde, it's gray. It just looks like it's blonde, but it's really gray. It's got the blonde tint to it, but it's gray. And everybody thinks it's blonde, but it's really gray. My hair naturally was medium brown. Your hair's dark brown. Not much of a difference. And when I used to put gel in it, put it back in a ponytail, it used to be pitch black, and it used to look like, I used to look like Steven Seagal. My hair was pitch black, I used to put it back in a ponytail, and it used to look like, it looks like one of those Italians with the ponytails, because it was black. It was
Black Monday.
It was, well, they call me Black Monday because of my father. My father was on the stock market, and he was involved in Black Monday. And I read up on him, and I read up on what my mother did to him, and how he really died. And I came out, and somebody said, you got to, so I talked with the stock market, and my father's a stock market. His name is Donald Gregory Doyle, and he died of cancer. And the guy in the dairy bar said, you got to go, you got to go to the library, read up on this. They said you read up on Black Monday. He said, it's talking all about your dad. So I read up on Black Monday, and there were actors on that did the show making fun of my dad and his people, and it was all in papers.
Warming up a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
It was all in paper, and I came out, I screamed. I said, I read all about what happened to my dad. And everybody's to address me Black Monday. I wear that name. I wear that name. My pain and hunger, I wear that name. I'm Black Monday. And everybody should turn around and look at Black Monday. It says a stick, Black Monday. He's Black Monday. So then I went to a bar and I sang in the Cedar Cafe for the first time. And I sang this song called They Call Me Black Monday. And it was like Stormy Monday, but it was I used the words Black Monday. Call me Black Monday, but I never knew why. And before I went in there, I'm telling this woman, I said, I don't have to pay here because we ought to pay to the one to the open mic.
Oh.
So I wouldn't pay it, and the woman was getting pissed off at me. This before I met my boss, and she goes, I go, I'm not paying the cover charge because I'm a great musician and they're coming here to see me.
Mm-hmm.
And I go, she goes, well, what's your name anyway? So I go, my name is Black Monday. So she's like, you can ask anybody in this club what my name is, and they'll tell you Black Monday.
Yep. So
she goes, what's this guy's name? I want to know this guy's name. And parts of the table goes, he's Black Monday. So everyone she goes to, she's demanding to know who I was, and everyone's going Black Monday. Then there was this guy that there was a guy, Italian guy that did the Ozzy Osbourne invitation, and they go, oh, you tell me, you're gonna tell me. He goes, his name is Black Monday.
You said it in the Ozzy Osbourne voice?
Yeah. So then they were all saying she sits there, she's cringing, right? She goes over to the bouncer, you gonna kick him out of here? The bouncer goes, no. You know why? She goes, why? Because he's Black Monday.
Oh boy.
So I start singing this song called They Call Me Black Monday, but I never knew why. They call me Black Monday. They call me that since my dear old daddy died. They call me Black Monday, and it's making me mad. And call me Black Monday, and it's making me mad. Everybody's getting into this song. Everybody's like, listen to the song. Only one guy in the whole bar didn't like the song, because he told me later on he heard the song. He thought I would say Brown Sunday. He said, that Brown Sunday shit you were singing, everybody was into the song but me. I was getting a little blowjob while you were singing. He goes, The stuff you sing now, nobody likes, but I like it. But I didn't like that Brown Sunday shit. So I'm singing Black Monday. They call me Black Monday. And this song, I almost got Phil Spector to sign me because of this song. It was a great song. We got to do a rendition of it in here. You do it the way you do Stormy Monday. It's a regular blues progression. I just sing Black Monday. You could do it too and get away with it though, because you know why? Because all blues progressions are that way. So we wouldn't be copying anyone because all blues progressions. So it's like Stormy Monday, but it's called Black Monday. And this girl goes, the girl that was taking didn't want me in there. She says, you don't know how to treat women. You don't know how to treat women. So I go, Black Monday knows how to treat women. Come on over here. She goes, no. That woman was the real Bonnie Troy. You hear Bonnie Troy?
Bonnie Troy?
Bonnie Troy, not Bonnie Ray, but Bonnie Troy. That woman was the one and only Bonnie Troy trying to get me kicked out of there. And she was a famous singer. And she couldn't get anyone to tell what my name was. They all said Black Monday. She couldn't get me kicked out. Even the bouncer who was supposed to be working for her would not kick me out. I mean, it was hysterical. And I went over and I was Black Monday. And after that, after those 2 times, when I came out of the Dairy Barn and when I was in that bar, they all knew me as Black Monday. They all knew me as Black Monday. I was Black Monday after that.
Okay.
And today, now that people call me Sir Doyle, there's still a lot of people out there that recognize me as Black Monday. But there's a lot of people out there that recognize me as Daddy Rich too. And when I went to Far Rockaway, and I performed in Far Rockaway, they were all calling me Daddy Rich because a pastor was supposed to give out money to the poor, and his name was Daddy Rich. And they found out I was rich, and they also found out I was a talented musician, and they said his name is Daddy Rich. So it's either Sir Doyle, Black Monday, or Daddy Rich. Those are the three people I'm known as.
All right.
And some people call me Deacon Doyle because
How we doing? Still more, or it's good?
some people call me Deacon Doyle because when I became a deacon in the church, not this church but the other church,
Little
I
more.
became
Good.
known as Deacon Doyle too. Actually, Deacon Doyle I became known on this channel because I was known as a deacon in the church. But then I became Sir Doyle, so I became both. But otherwise, it was either Black Monday or Daddy Rich. You got me known as either Deacon Doyle or Sir Doyle. Mostly Sir Doyle.
Right.
But I took the name Sir Doyle because my brother got knighted by the Queen with my Social Security number and my ID. So therefore the knightship went over to me. He stole my ID and said he was me to get knighted. That made me the knight, right?
Okay.
You look at that ID, that Social Security number, the birthday, on what you do, that's the ID he used to get knighted with. And if you want to tap into the royal fortune, that's how you do it. With that ID and that Social Security number. So that's how he got all the property, and that's how he became knighted. And to this day, he still uses the same Social Security number as me and the same ID.
How does he get away with it?
Because he looks exactly like me.
Oh.
Exactly. And he knows how to act like me. And I know how to act like him. So I could play him, and he could play me. So sometimes I'll go to a mental institution, I'll try to get everything back, I'll start playing him. And a lot of times they almost got everything back to me. When he brings his ID, his Social Security, he uses my same thing as mine. Same Social Security number, same ID. He uses his own picture, but his own picture looks like me. So, and I got my ID, and my social security number, and we look exactly alike. So both of us could use that same ID and that same social security number, and nobody will know the difference. If I got a denture here, and crowns put on my teeth, and I got in shape, built up my body again, and went to England, and said I was him. I said I was Conan Doyle, and they showed my ID, they would say it's Conan Doyle. But Conan Doyle wasn't even his real name. He was a half brother, a bastard brother. And a bastard brother means, in the royal family, is when somebody is not legit. And his real name is Chris Jeffers. He never told that to the Queen, no.
No way.
His real name is Chris Jeffers, yeah. And he never told that to the King either. To them, he's Conan Doyle. To them, if they saw me, and they saw my ID, they would know the difference. I'd be Conan Doyle. To most people out there, we're both Conan Doyle. Some people think we're the same person until they find out. But his real name is Chris Jeffers. Chris Jeffers. And there are people that have said that he's the real Sid Barrett from Pink Floyd. There are people that have said that.
I remember you saying something about that.
The real Sid Barrett from Pink Floyd. And when you look at Sid Barrett from Pink Floyd, it looks just like me. Especially when I have my hair long.
But Sid Barrett's no longer with us, I think, right?
That's just it. That's just it. They don't know that for sure. There's still been proven that he's dead. And a lot of people believe that Conan Doyle is the real Sid Barrett. His real name is Chris Jeffers. But a lot of people believe that Conan Doyle, when he was Chris Jeffers, went to England, adopted that family, and called himself Sid Barrett. And then went back to his real family and called himself Chris Jeffers. And now he's got a third identity, Conan Doyle. Conan Doyle's got big arms. See, I got big arms, right? I got big arms, right? My brother and I both have big arms. Well, his arms are huge. His arms are, he's been working out. He was obese just like I'm obese right now. Oh, yeah, not as obese as he was. But he got in shape and his arms got real big. But if you look at not Conan, not Sid Barrett when he got fat. But if you look at Sid Barrett in his early days, when he had the long hair and he was a rock and roller, and you remember me back when I had long hair, and we were both the same way. We would think we're the same person. But now, Conan, all I have to do is fix my teeth, get in shape, and I'm Conan Doyle. Fix my teeth, grow my hair out, get my body in shape, and I'm Conan Doyle. All he has to do, oh yeah, show my ID. Show my ID, which is the same as his, I'm Conan Doyle. He looks just like me, goes to the Queen, gives the ID, he's Conan. He's Richard Doyle. I'm the real Conan Doyle. I'm the real Conan Doyle because he got knighted as Conan Doyle with my ID. He told the Queen his name was Richard Doyle, Richard Stephen Doyle, and then he got knighted as Conan. And then he ran for president as Sir Ronnie Doyle. I was supposed to be the real Sir Ronnie, political prisoner. He was Sir Ronnie Doyle, political science major, and I was the real Sir Ronnie, political prisoner. And I was in Pilgrim when he kept me as his prisoner. He told the doctors not to discharge me until he became president. He never became president because I charged him with identity theft. But he did tell them not to release me until he became president. And they were listening to the fucker.
They were listening to him?
Yeah.
Why, because he was knighted?
The money was in his control. When he got knighted with my social security number, his money was in his control. And he was free. He was free to do what he wanted. I was locked up. How could I fight him? How could I fight his word? I mean, I'm locked up, but he's out there with the Queen of England. You the Warren family. How am I going to fight that?
Yeah. That's tough.
But Anonymous, I want you to investigate that too. Anonymous, on the wards.
Hey, sit down, turn this one.
Anonymous, on the wards. When I was a political prisoner, and he was Sir Ronnie Doyle, political science major, that they have footage of that. They have something called Pilgrim and Hospital Media. Media they only show to the patients, and media they show to everyone. The media they show just to the patients will show you live footage of Conan Doyle, Sir Arthur Conan Doyle, being knighted by the Queen, and then running for president is Sir Ronnie Doyle, political science major, and they have me as the political prisoner, the real Sir Ronnie. There's even something on The Simpsons that they put out there, making a spoof on it. And that's in Pilgrim Media and Hospital Media. What your job is to Anonymous is not only to get all the footage, audio visual of all these hospitals, get all the secret talks, but to release Pilgrim and Hospital Media to the mass media. That's your mission if you choose to accept it.
Crack this open. And grab a spoon.
In my medical records, you'll be able to do all that. And like I said, there were things that happened to Lukey. He's willing to give up his medical records. You find even more stuff. And James Sack is willing to give up his. We're going to get him justice too. Only he's willing to give it up. We're not going to force him to day one to give up the records. But if you get their records and you look into their histories, you'll get them justice too. That's up to them. Me, I'm already giving up my medical records, the footage and everything. Lukey said he's giving up his too. We'll get other people to give up theirs to the Anonymous. And then we're going to abolish tape law. We'll have to replace it with something else. Maybe we'll call the new law we call partial non-disclosure law, which means we'll protect patients' rights, but still catch the criminals. Partial non-disclosure law. But when you get my records, I want you to expose everything. He wants you to expose everything. These people that tell you this will probably tell you to expose everything. And then after we get everything out there and the HIPAA law is abolished, we're going to start something new called the partial non-disclosure law. To replace the HIPAA law. That way we'll be able to catch all the criminals, allow people to release their own records, all medical records, at request, and we'll be able to catch all the criminals at the same time. The partial non-disclosure law. So Anonymous, that's your mission. We started at Operation House Brigade. You're finishing it first. You should accept it. We started the mission with Operation House Brigade, and Anonymous is continuing the mission with the hacking. You guys are going to complete what we started in Operation House Brigade, if you choose to accept that. We're all nerds. This is Revenge of the Nerds. Those guys were actors. We're the real people. This is Mission Impossible. Those guys were actors. We're the real deal. Right?
Yeah.
So, this is your mission. If you choose to accept it, Anonymous. Tom Cruise right here. The real deal. We are the real deal. This is Mission Impossible. They were actors. We're the real deal. And James and David Warden and James Stack, you're okay in my book. And should we end the stream?
What's that? No, I'm gonna keep the stream going because me and Kathy are gonna make some more food.
I'll stay with you till you end it.
Yeah.
All right? Let me get some water.
That's not.
No. Please. I think Mission Impossible is better than Legionnaires. Mission Impossible is better. Don't you think Mission Impossible? Mission Impossible? But this is the Operation Hospital Gate. Mission Impossible was just a movie. We're going to compare it to Mission Impossible. And believe me, these guys are just like Mission Impossible. Trust me, Loki. These guys are just like Mission Impossible. They were all computer hackers too, right? Mission Impossible?
Everybody had their job. There definitely was a hacker.
Well, these guys are all hackers. These guys are all hackers. And they don't give up their names. The only thing is James Stack and David Wharton basically are very close with them. So and they know how to hack, but they're basically close with them. And these people respect them, so they do things for them. But I know James knows how to hack. He knows how to hack. I don't know if he does any hacking for them, but I know he knows how to hack. I know they respect him. If he does any hacking, I can't tell you. You know what I'm saying? If he does any, I can't tell you. Because they're anonymous. They do not know. So anybody that's doing it, if I know anybody that's doing it, I can't tell you. But I know these two guys are friends with them. That much I can tell you. They're friends with them. And we're going to become friends too. And you know what? They might let us hack. But we have to be anonymous. When we're hacking, have us hack, we have to be anonymous. Like what we're talking about now, can only talk about once. We talk about that, we never talk about it again. They want us hacked and they let us know. And we do start hacking, and they do teach us. And people ask us, we act like we don't know anything. And this conversation comes back, because it gets popular on YouTube, we just say, hey, we'll just talk to you and breeze. We don't give any information. What'd you look up?
Damn.
What?
You're not allowed to do that, right?
What?
Put yourself on the cross.
No, you're not. It's a terrible thing to do. Terrible thing to do. Madonna did that and she got a lot of trouble for it. No one's Jesus but Jesus. Anonymous, my brother's name is Chris Jeffers, his real name. It goes by the name of Cannon Doyle now. And a bunch of other names. He looks exactly like me. You'll see it on the footage. We look identical. So that I choose this, yeah. And I'm a little fat. We're identical. And you look at all the footage. They have footage of him in South Nassau, H1, where he was really fat and I was really real good shape. And they still thought we looked exactly alike, except he was fat and I was in shape. Other times they showed him with a nice build on him, and me having a nice build on me. Nobody could tell the difference. We never showed up together, so I don't know what would be if we stood together, because I think if you were in the same place together, then you'd be able to tell. But the only time we were together in the same place was South Nassau H1, and that was when he was fat and I was built. Otherwise, if I walked into a room and I was built good and my teeth were right and everything, and then I walked out of the room and he walked into the same room, you wouldn't know the difference. And we have the same ID. We have the same ID. That's how we get 9 by the Queen, he's my ID. So, Bader, I need you to investigate Cannon Doyle, a.k.a. Chris Jeffers, possibly a.k.a. Sid Barrett. Investigate. And get my medical record, so investigate me.
Sammy says Cannon is a cool name.
It is a cool name, but he took my ID, he took my money, everything. Cannon is a cool name, I'm not going to deny that, but he's not really a cool guy because he took everything that belonged to his brother. He's like somebody in the Bible that did that. Somebody in the Bible did the same thing. It's not a good thing to do. And I did not give up my birthright like a bullet soup. I did not. They stole my ID.
Give up your birthright like a bowl of soup, you said?
In the Bible, this guy, his brother, gave up his birthright for a bowl of soup. And his brother did something similar to a candidate to me. So the difference is I didn't give up my birthright.
I got you. They stole it.
They stole it, yeah.
You're like,
You ever see
Cain and Abel.
Man in the Iron Mask? Remember the movie Man in the Iron Mask?
yeah.
That's what he did to me.
He put
Put
you
me
in.
in an Iron Mask. Not literally an Iron Mask, but
Yeah.
in the mental health system.
Right.
When I could have got out of it, I could have gotten ID. He had me in Iron Mask.
Yeah. I mean, look at A. Holly. Look where we just were. That's like a jail.
Yeah, it is. And Pilgrim's worse than that. Pilgrim is worse than that. Remember, Pilgrim and Creedmoor are technically psychiatric prisons. And they put regular people there that don't do crimes, and they get away with it by taking them to court, saying things about them, and yet, because their court date is that's like their arraignment. And they get away with it. They get away with putting innocent people in psychiatric prisons. So technically, I'm not really the only political prisoner. I am the known to be a political prisoner because my brother Kevy's a political prisoner. But those other people that are in there that aren't criminals are political prisoners.
Yeah. I agree.
My brother was in there because he was a draft dodger. That's when they said that he was Sid Barrett. He was a draft dodger. And the thing was too, Sid Barrett was supposed to have died in a diabetic coma. My brother went through a diabetic coma. And he came out of it. Just like Sid Barrett came out of it. The second time he didn't come out of it, my brother's still alive. My brother's Conan Doyle. They came out of diabetic coma. And, yeah, he definitely was the real Sid Barrett. He definitely had it. But the Sid Barrett story, it said that his name was something Bartholomew, but something like that. What was it? Rob, I forgot some name. I'm trying to go. What's his name?
Sid Barrett's not his real name.
No. They said that he was adopted by this family, and there was Sid was supposed to have been a nickname that he got because with Cappy War. I forgot the name that he said the family born into. It was the Barrett family. But that wasn't the real family that he was born into. The story is that my brother was in Long Island, which he was. He was on Long Island, and he lived here. And my brother did have a black family. His sister was a black woman, and he came from Plandome Road. And the story is that he went to England to meet Roger Waters and had Roger Waters put him into this house with this family with this different name. Later on, he got the nickname Sid. And he was living in this house, and they made a whole story about him. Living in this house, Roger something.
Waters?
No, Roger Barrett. Roger Keith Sid Barrett. And supposedly, that wasn't his real family. And he wasn't even British. My brother knew how to imitate a British accent. And supposedly he went from Plandome Road, flied out to England to do all this. And the whole thing, Anonymous, I want you to investigate this. And the real house that he grew up in was on Plandome Road. And his mother's name was Angie Porter. His father's name was Doan Jeffers.
Joan?
Doan. My father, a couple of times, had sex with his mother.
Your grandma?
No. His mother.
Sid Barrett's mom.
Let's say Conan Doyle's mom.
Alright.
Or Chris Jeffers. So, because we haven't proven he's the rest of Barry yet. That's a true story. But his adopted father, my father, had sex with his mother and had him, and then he did it again and had my half sister. My mother didn't want this out. She was angry about it. I think that's why she wanted him dead. She wanted him dead because he cheated on her for Angie Porter. Angie Porter's maiden name was Porter, and she kept that name. Her husband's name was Jeffers. So Darius Porter, my sister Darius Porter, took the mother's name. And
these are Bartlett pears, Rick. I got Bosque in the fridge.
and
Just be gentle with because
Chris
it's very soft.
Chris took the stepfather's name. Then, when he got knighted, he took the name of Doyle. Because that's all he wanted to do was be a real Doyle. Darius became Darius Porter Doyle because when she married me, she took my last name under her last name. But now they both use the name Doyle. Darius P. Doyle, Darius Porter Doyle, or Conan Doyle. Sir Arthur Conan Doyle. And Conan Doyle, don't never mistake Conan Doyle for Conan Doyle. And a lot of times you look up Conan Doyle, the phone will make the mistake of popping up Conan Doyle. It's very hard to find Conan because the names are so close. Well, you type it in, I think you'd find it. You type it in, I think you'd find it. You say it on the phone, think it's Conan Doyle, it's going to pop up. My father, I told you in the last episode, was the real Popeye Doyle. This stuff with Eddie Egan, he stole the story. That has to be investigated by Anonymous. Anonymous, we will never give you away, will we, Lippy?
No.
Right? We pledge never to give you away.
Don't push so hard into the bear.
Okay.
Just really shape it. It's too soft.
I want you to investigate a fake doctor called Gus Legerian, a fake psychiatrist. You'll find out that he was putting people in kids in Devereaux.
What's Devereaux?
Devereaux's boarding school I went to. Putting kids in Devereaux. Putting kids in Devereaux.
You heard of it?
Putting kids in Devereaux. Putting kids in Devereaux.
It was a school.
And he was using a man named Dr. Stanley Reddy to co-sign for him. And he was calling himself Dr. Legerian. I believe this Gus Legerian guy is an ex-mental patient. That might have been a patient under the care of Dr. Stanley Reddy, who I know was co-signing for him. And he's got a son too, Gus Legerian Jr. I don't know how loyal he is to his father. I want him investigated. It might be, I don't know his son's name is Gus Legerian Jr. or Legerian, but I know Gus Legerian's the father's name. I think Gus Legerian Jr. is the son too. Anyway, Anonymous will find out. Now, these drugs make people hallucinate and do things that normally wouldn't do and say things that normally wouldn't say. So you see people that say and doing things that are unkosher, remember these drugs affect people in bad ways. They make you say things and do things that you wouldn't want to normally do. Am I right, Luki?
I think so. I mean, it affects the brain, right?
Yeah, it alters the mind. The mind-altering substances, so they affect the way you think, and they affect what you say and do. And the psychiatrists know just what drugs to give people to get them to say and do what they want them to say and do.
My friend
Wow.
told me he was having hallucinations. And he couldn't talk to me online because his vision was going and
He was on psych meds? He was on psych meds?
he was on some type of medication for his depression and stuff, yeah. When I went to go see him, I took and surprised him when I got back in touch with him because we stopped talking for a long time. And I got back in touch with him and he told me like his story, what happened to him, that he was bullied and beat up and everything like that in his relationship. And I went to go see him and he had like cuts all up and down his arms.
Wow, he still himself. My daughter did that. I don't
He
want to give
was
information.
not in
I
good
had a
shape
relative that did
and
that.
I could not save him. He is not here anymore.
He's dead?
Yeah. Yep.
I was able to save my daughter.
Died the
Oh,
day
through
before his
prayer, through
birthday.
prayer. Saved her through prayer. I prayed for her to get better. Jesse Basile Doyle. You make me proud. And remember, that's your name. Jesse Basile Doyle. You don't need any other name. You make me proud. My daughter uses all these alias names. Her real name is Jesse Basile. I told her to use my last name, Doyle. And she called herself Megan Doyle. And she almost got in a lot of trouble.
Megan Doyle. Wow, I know a Megan Doyle.
She almost got in a lot of trouble because I had Megan Doyle in charges for stealing money from me, and that's my niece. So, but she used other names. She used Aaron Klein. She used all that stuff. But I just wanted her to know that her name is Jesse Basile Doyle. Use that name. Which is proud.
How's it looking in the pot over there? Is it soupy?
No.
Not a lot of liquid in the bottom?
Mm-mm.
Alright. I'll tell you what. Use the tongs to pull the noodles up and put them in that Tupperware, the circular Tupperware, instead of pouring it in, because we'll see if maybe we can keep it as dry as possible. The actual. You could take the.
You know a Megan Doyle?
I went to high school with a Megan Doyle, kind of.
What town was she from?
Merrick?
No. My niece is actually Glen Cove. My sister has a house in Glen Cove. I think she was in Mount Kisco at the time she was in high school.
Well, she'd be my age, 44. Your daughter's younger than that.
No, my daughter's younger than my niece.
Oh, your niece.
I just told you. My daughter was using Megan Doyle's name.
Okay.
You weren't listening.
It's not that I wasn't listening. It's that you tell stories and there's fucking 50 characters. I gotta lose track. So you got the Lord of the Rings over here. The Lord of the Doyles.
Yeah, my daughter.
You're Gandalf.
My daughter was using the name Megan Doyle, and Megan Doyle was in trouble for stealing money from my bank. I had to tell her, you can't use that name. But Megan Doyle is my niece. My daughter's name is Jessie Basile Doyle.
Right.
Megan Doyle is my niece. But she was using the name Megan Doyle. My daughter was using the name Megan Doyle, not realizing that my niece was a criminal. And I was trying to catch my niece. But I didn't want my daughter to go down for the crime she was doing. I don't know why she was using that name. Maybe she was covering for my niece.
Mm.
She might have been friends with my niece and covering for her. But my niece was, when she was on the ward, when she was working, she was on the ward as a worker. And she was saying all kinds of racial stuff, like the N-word and everything. And calling me the animal.
Caveman Travels. Who are you talking about? Are you talking about the person that Sir Doyle's talking about, or you're talking about Kathy here? Caveman Travels says, is she single? Who are you talking about, Caveman? Sir Doyle's daughter or Kathy here? I think the answer is no in both counts, right? Your daughter's not single.
Well, my daughter was married, but her husband cheated on her, and I caught him cheating on her right in front of her, and I said, Jesse, you okay with this? She said, no, Dad, I'm not. So I go, hey, you know what you have to do? Yeah. So then there was a guy that was on the ward giving out Bible tracts. I said, I think you should hang out with him. She goes, who? Where? Right over there, giving out the Bible tracts. She said, okay, Dad. She goes over, hangs out with him. So I don't think she stayed with him, but he preached the word of God to her. She got saved. I think she was talking to him for maybe a couple of days, and he preached the word of God to her, and then she got saved.
Is that what the kids call it these days?
Saved?
You preach the word of God to her?
Yep. The word of God, but it's in the Bible.
You preach the word of God to her all night?
No, you spend some time. You're gonna talk to her about Jesus.
You preach the word of God to her in different positions?
Shut up.
That's my daughter, you bastard. Who knows what this is?
Cactus. Some kind of cactus.
I was asking the chat, but yes, that's true.
What kind of cactus? You make juice out of it, right?
Yeah.
What kind? What's that?
Kind of. Not exactly juice, but make a smoothie out of it.
Like sushi?
Smoothie.
Maybe.
We make that yogurt.
What?
Yogurt. Can Sir Doyle counsel me if I need religious advice?
I think I can.
Rick Salazar says that.
I think I can help.
He says he thinks he can help, Rick.
I don't know everything, but I think I'll say the Spirit of God me. One time I was a deacon.
We're just gonna call you Rick from now on because the other Rick doesn't come around anymore.
No, sure, what I'll do.
Not you, Rick Salazar. We're not gonna say Rick Salazar. We'll just call you Ricky. Ricky D don't come around anymore.
Who's Ricky D?
Ricky D, well, when you were away last year, Rick stayed with me. He drove from, I think he was in California. He drove all the way from California or Arizona or something. Came to stay
Did
for
you
the
ever
summer.
meet Ricky Salvador?
Nah, Rick's in California.
You ever see his channel?
I'm friends with him on Facebook and Instagram.
Like,
So
you know what he looks like then.
I know what he looks like. Yeah. You could pick him out of a lineup. Kathy, grab a spoon from the drain. Okay, and let's see. Let me use this here. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna go like this. Scrape the pulp away from the skin. It's slippery, so I just gotta just come to terms with the fact that you're probably gonna drop it. That's okay. Super slippery. Okay. Give you a couple more. Maybe we could have a Sir Doyle show where it's just you, Sir Doyle,
Yeah.
consulting people.
Mm-hmm.
We'd have to set it up.
We could do that.
Well, you would still be on that one too, right?
I think it would be more like my channel presenting.
Alright. Oh, still gonna hospital gates here, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's a separate show.
I'd also want to, if I did a Sir Doll on your channel, I'd also want to do a, on another channel, not yours, but another one too, so I can learn how to be a YouTuber.
Well, think of it as intern.
Okay.
Intern. You're interning on my channel, so you can get your own channel.
Alright.
Or, if you don't want to do all the fucking extra work, which I would, you know,
No, I want you
without
to
trying
teach
to
me
be a
how
jerk
do it.
about it, I would say that you're not very tech savvy.
I hear.
But
I'm an actor.
but if you want to have your own show, like I'm saying, you can get paid
Okay.
by being on my channel.
Alright.
And it's like you are a YouTuber, but you don't have to do all the extra work that other people had to do to become YouTubers. Like if you got your own channel to become a YouTuber, you'd have to start over with 0 followers.
I know.
If you go on my channel, you already got almost 1,500 followers.
Yep.
You give up what kind of cactus? It's called aloe vera leaf. Or aloe leaf, Rick. It's got something called polymucoglucosaccharides. It helps build the environment of intestinal bacteria in your gut. Okay, you can throw that out. Right next to you. Just imagine in the desert what it takes to survive and then putting that in food form.
Ah!
Imagine what it takes to survive in the desert, Rick, and then put that in food form and the strength and vitality that you would get from consuming that.
It's desert food, right?
What's that?
It's desert food.
Yes, sir. I'm gonna go plug my phone in. And then for this one, Kathy, we're gonna get you on the blender. Okay.
Do you ever use that bowl up there?
That is a colander
You ever use it?
because it's got holes in it. I think I just use it so far. Use it for decoration. You want to put it on your head and get a bowl cut? You need a bowl cut? Shave underneath it? What do you think, Sir? Be good for the show. Whatever sticks out from under the bowl gets shaved. See, I can do it because nothing would stick out. I don't have any hair that would stick out. Okay. All right.
time is it, you know?
7 o'clock.
What?
7 o'clock.
7? I'm gonna leave around 9.
Alright, let's go with, let's see, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 lemons. And so that's 4. And then, so we could actually maybe do double. We'll just do 2 recipes. So we'll put 6 lemons in. Okay, we'll put a half cup of honey. Okay, put this over here. And then just fill it all the way until it's overflowing, and then just dump it out. Exactly. Okay, hold that over. And do the same thing with the coconut. Dump it right in. Alright. Now we'll try to eyeball half of the pears.
Oh, we gotta call that church. Oh no, it's closed.
And half of the apple.
When you now that you got the number, you could probably do that yourself too. You call the church and ask them about that.
Okay.
You got the number, right?
I could Google it, right? Outreach Ministries?
Yeah. No. Revival Outreach Ministry.
Revival Outreach Ministries.
What if you ask him Raymond Ali? You got Raymond Ali on the phone, that'd be great. Talk to him. When you do that.
I'm going to say hi. I'm calling on behalf of Sir Richard Doyle.
No, you're calling for yourself.
And I want to tell you something, Pastor Raymond. Tell you something, buddy.
Anyway,
I'm going to tell him, you better let me sing the way I want to sing, or else I'm telling Jesus on you. Okay, put the top on.
but he will make that exception with the bread, I'm sure. That he
Pull
will
the
do.
baking soda in, so make it a little fluffy.
I know it will. You're allergic to something.
Okay.
Can't expect you to eat it.
And
I know why the Catholic Church expects you to do that either. Why they wouldn't excuse you. That ain't right. See how much better my church is than the Catholic
So
Church?
you can just hold this like this, and the pressure is straight down. You don't have to push too hard. Just like hold it steady with that hand. Okay. Now with your right hand, you let go of that, and turn it on. Make sure this is all the way down. Turn it on. Turn it up all the way. And the lemons are so liquidy that you don't really need to use it. see, but on the side of the blend of the carafe, it's this thing, piece called the carafe. This is the base, this is the carafe. Right here, it says 8 cups, 7 cups. We got 7 cups. Okay. So,
Very anonymous. The original psych ward in South Nassau was H1, and now it's D4. We investigate both those floors. And 14th floor and 01. And medical pavilion. And that's the kind of medical.
can you bring that over here, Kathy?
Pilgrim Psychiatry Center, everyone that I was on investigating. Pre-medical, everyone I was on.
Yeah, leave this here. You're at the top. To the blender. Put it on. Okay, and then we'll try to put a little more. Okay, put that on the base. Turn it so this is on your left hand. Okay, and you do the same thing. Hold the handle with your left hand with the downward pressure, not too hard, because you don't want it to like tilt or anything. This one, you want this to be like perfectly. So if you could look here, there's these teeth, and anytime it grinds and moves like this, these start to wear out. So you eventually got to replace them. But here's what it is. Okay, so now same thing. Hold in there, turn it on, then turn it all the way. Oh, it's all the way up already. Turn it on. Turn it all the way. Alright, let me get the cups.
There was a car show in Lynbrook,
Yeah,
with one of that roads where the buses go.
yeah.
I actually saw a classic police car.
Yeah, I saw that. I took a picture
You
of it.
see it?
Yeah.
Had the original walkie-talkie inside the car and everything.
Oh,
Remember that?
I think you could do 5 or 6.
And I saw it from Cadillacs, classics, and everything.
Okay, start by filling them up halfway. I'll help you move them. Just leave it here. Yeah. Leave it on the thing. Okay, move to the next one.
Try some of that?
Yep.
Excellent, thanks. Have a sleep.
Okay, and then just even them all out as you empty out the blender. Alright, we'll give this one to Sir Doyle. You taste test, okay? Let's not have it. Is it sweet enough?
Yeah,
Could be sweeter.
you know, it's good though. Tastes like you don't drink.
So maybe we'll put 3/4 of a cup instead of a half a cup this time.
Relaxing. I can't believe I stole my phone. And my phone. So my phone and my
It's like you have a terrorist in your house.
Yeah.
yeah. He is like a terrorist. And his roommate, the guy's roommate, he's almost as bad because even though he doesn't steal, he knows this guy's stealing, and he knows the guy's bringing it back to the room, and he doesn't rat the guy out. He doesn't report it.
Well, that's a tough situation too. I mean, you don't want to be a rat.
If I know that somebody's doing something like that to somebody, I'm gonna report it. I know what it's like to be on a receiving end, so it's not being a rat, it's doing the right thing.
Alright, Kathy, you ready? Top is probably in the sink. It's not dirty, it's just water. Okay, I'll hold this. Take the top off and let's bring it. Bring it off those things. Yeah. Start it. Okay. Top back over.
Oh, anonymous. There's the school Devereaux in Pennsylvania. Devon, Pennsylvania. I believe there's footage of me and people around me
As much as you can push.
in that school. I believe there's footage you can find on people in that school through my medical records. And if you can't find it on footage, you can get records paper records. But I think there's footage that you can find also in Devereaux. Investigate that too.
Alright.
All my criminal records, I have nothing to hide. By all means, investigate my criminal.
Okay.
Everything.
Let's do
In my medical?
6 cups.
Psych and criminal records. Investigate and put it out. And all the people involved in it too. And there's footage in all these hospitals, and I believe there's footage in Devereaux too. Also anonymous. I was an accomplished musician. I played music in the Casino Cafe. I also played music in Far Rockaway. Big concerts that are not on the internet and not on TV. I want you to get
Whoa.
all the music that I played.
You're gonna have some, right?
More the performances I did in
Matter of fact,
Far Rockaway.
right there.
and Astounding Rich and Black Monday, the best of Black Monday in Casino Cafe in Island Park. And any other music you can find me, put it out there. But not only I want to stop the nonsense, I also want to get recognized. Can't blame me for that, can you?
Give it a taste. Let me know if it's good.
Sweet. Put a lot more honey in it.
Yeah, 50% more.
I can taste it.
There's a John Cruz that taped a lot of this footage. They put out these shows on Fox 5. Was in charge of Pilgrim and Hospital Media. He works in South Nassau as a security guard and also on D4. John Cruz. Investigate him too. Investigate him because he'll help you get the footage. Investigate him will help you get the footage. Investigate him too. Patrick Devlin and Jim Steiger. Money launderers. Investigate them. Yeah.
Well, I got something going on in the chat here. Let's see. Best book for encouragement. Oh man, you know Sir Dora's gonna say the Bible.
Bible, yeah. Definitely a Bible. There are other
Favorite
books too, but the Bible's something the best.
favorite UFC fighters of all time.
This guy.
I'm gonna say Genki Sudo is one. Genki Sudo is probably the main one. I don't know. I like anybody who uses jiu-jitsu defensively. Anybody who I could put myself in their shoes.
Robert Stanzioni was my manager at Casino Cafe. Investigator.
Investigate Robert Stanzioni?
Yes, because he has control, access to my music. And so Johnny Cruz has access to my music in Far Rockaway, you put out there. Both of them have access to my music in Casino Cafe.
You know where this goes right there? The door's open on this bottom.
Casino Cafe. So, but they put it out there, and when they didn't get that cut, they hit it. I used to play music at Casino Cafe, and I made that bar happen. That bar couldn't function without me. That nightclub after hours club, which was painful, couldn't function without me. For the work I did, getting things ready, cleaning it, cooking, everything I did, especially the performing. They came there to see me perform. I filled in for BB King. Oh yeah, Anonymous. I filled in for BB King at Casino Cafe in Arlington, Boston Boulevard, which is now a Dunkin' Donuts. Get the footage from that. Get the footage of everything, the best of Black Monday, Casino Cafe, get all the footage. And especially when I filmed it for BB King. And all the footage of all the music I performed on Mott Avenue. And on the boardwalk. Mostly Mott Avenue, but mostly was on Mott Avenue. All the footage. As Daddy Rich. Johnny Cruz, Robert Stanzioni have access to this footage. Hack both of them. When you hack them, you'll see them on, when you hack all this, and you get my records, you get the footage of me, you'll see both of them in my records, the footage. You get their information, you hack them, you get all that music out there. James, told you I was a famous musician. When your friends investigate this, you're gonna just see how big I was. And James, I know you can play the guitar. Anonymous.
Best thing gonna make happy is the salad.
James wasn't
This
famous,
is easy.
but he could play guitar. James can play guitar. Ask him about that. And this footage of me, I really want out there because I was cheated out of that
Split
music
this
video.
up into 3.
just like I was cheated out of the band.
Two big sellers.
So you guys could not only can help all these people like I'm asking to, but you can help get my music out.
Rich Franklin, nah. I'm not a fan of his fighting style, to be honest. As a guy, I think he's okay.
So if we get my music out there, it'd be great too, as an extra. But mainly, we got a lot of bad guys we gotta catch. Remember, Anonymous, Robert Sanzioni and Johnny Cruz are the people who have the footage on my music career.
Garbage.
And Patrick Devlin and Jim Steiger are the ones who did the money laundering. And I named the psychiatrists that were putting people in Denver. The one psychiatrist and the one posing wasn't psychiatrist, but the real psychiatrist was Robert. No, sorry. The real psychiatrist was Dr. Stanley Reddy. And the guy posing as a psychiatrist was a guy by the name of Dr. Legerian, Dr. Gus Legerian. Do you remember all this when you emailed him?
I'm probably just gonna connect them to the video, bro.
Really?
You expect me to write everything you said? It's like fucking 3 hours of transcript.
But you can't say a brief before you connect them to the video. You can say something brief, right? We're gonna put the video out there for it, but aren't you gonna say something brief like?
I'll try to remember the gist of it, bro. To be honest.
And we'll put this out there too, so they get everything. All right?
Yeah. They probably, if they're really hackers,
Yeah.
they can probably have AI transcribe the video and get all the information to them.
Really?
Yeah, that's what they do now.
So they're making AI out of us?
No, it was put to me like this. This kid at Wild by Nature was telling me about it.
Yeah.
You plug in a video into the AI,
Yeah.
and not only does it transcribe the video, meaning it takes all the words and writes them down.
Wow.
So whatever you say, it writes them down. Not only that, this AI program that he was telling me about, it makes a study plan for you to learn. So say you have to do a report on Roman history. You put a video into the AI, and the AI gives you a study plan to learn it. Goes over the video, tells you exactly what the main points are, the chapters, and then writes you up a study plan. I want to do that with Dr. Jubb's videos. Okay, same thing with the onion. And then don't feel like you have to use the whole onion, because some people don't like a lot of onion, right? So just use as much as you want in the salad.
Yeah. You remember James Stack played that guitar? You had that guitar, and that you got from your ex-girlfriend, and you gave it to James Stack to play, and he played really well.
No.
I don't remember anything, do you?
I don't remember that much about James Stack. I remember meeting him once, maybe.
You're doing well. You talked to him a lot. He came down a lot of times.
I feel like I only met him one time, bro. Whatever you don't use your stuff.
He was even on our show for a while. Remember when we did that investigation on police brutality that you went through?
Kinda.
Man, and we don't remember when he appeared on our show last time. He came up, appeared on.
I thought we only had him on once.
No, we had him on a few times.
I remember going to the house. It was all messed up.
Yeah. Well, like I said, the police did that. That wasn't him who made that mess.
Maybe they were trying to get his records because he's a hacker. They're trying to see what he knew in his computer and stuff.
You think?
I always see in the movies when they bust somebody for hacking, they always try to find like
You know what?
computers and
Do you know what
zip
was
drives.
bad about it though? He shouldn't have told anyone who he was working for because that's how you get caught. He should have kept it anonymous. Like I said, we will never give you away anonymous. If you talk about anonymous, you're giving up their secret. So he should have kept his mouth shut when he was working for anonymous because that could be what happened. They could have been trying to get information about those people. He was going around saying it, and I tried to tell James, don't go around telling people about an anonymous about hacking them. They don't want people to know and there's reason for it. You know?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not putting the guy down, but that's probably what happened, like you said, because he's always talking about anonymous. That's why they call him anonymous. You're not supposed to give him up.
And where's James Stack now? Is he out or is he in?
I don't know. I think he's still working for. Yeah, he's working for Anonymous.
But I'm saying, where does he live? Island House?
No, he's. I think he's out of the system now.
Oh wow.
I think he left, but that might have been why the cops were after him. That might have been like that girl might have been the cover story. They might have been really after him because they were trying to catch Anonymous.
They framed him?
They could have. But the guy talked too much. That was the problem. The guy talked too much. I mean, he should have kept his mouth shut. But at the same time, James might be stupid and open up his mouth. He's not a rat either. So if he knew they were after that footage, first thing, knowing James probably destroyed that computer. So they couldn't get it. He's very loyal to his friends. And even though he does stupid things, they open his mouth, at the same time he's loyal. So if they're after, I know he tried to get rid of that, probably tried to get rid of the computer. What did the computer look like when we went down there?
The computer? Did we get a computer? I don't remember what we did there.
No, there was no computer. But, wow, no computer. One of those police. That guy really should have kept his mouth shut. Like, maybe we should let Anonymous do their thing and not hack for them. Because we're on the air talking about this. So maybe better we don't hack for Anonymous. Learn how to do it, but don't do it.
I never agreed to it anyway, bro. You want to hack, you're putting yourself in danger with the government, bro.
No, I'm not. But these guys are hacking. I think it's good if we learn how to do it, though. Not to do it, but to learn. It's a skill to good we can learn, because you never know we're in a position where we have to do that. But I think we should just let Anonymous do the hacking. Because we already they're already going to see this video and say, so as long as we don't do anything wrong, they're not going to expect us. And I don't think Anonymous would want us to hack because of the fact that we're on the front line. So the fact that we're on the front line, they're not going to want us to hack, you know?
Yeah. Bubba Joe. We are making my signature salad. It's called
What thing?
pear walnut arugula.
They will help us when we send them an email. Well, they're probably not going to want us to hack because we all made it public that we're going to get help. So we got to be, it's like we know nothing, you know what I mean? I don't know anything about Anonymous, how they do what they do. And I don't want to know. I just want them to help us. You know what I'm saying, Rookie?
Yep.
We don't want to know what they do and how they do it, or who's doing it. We just want to help. Right?
Okay.
And when you send the email, tell them that. We are teaming up with them, but we're not hackers teaming up with them. We're investigative journalists, they're the hackers. And they're anonymous, and we're going to keep it that way.
Okay, Kathy, so put that on. And then the last thing we gotta do that too.
With Asha, we don't know anything. We only know what we want them to do for us. How they're doing it, or who they have doing it, we don't know. Right? We only know that we're asking them to do something for us. As to how and what, how they're doing it, and who's doing it, we have no idea, and we don't want to know, do we?
Nope. So what we'll do is, Sardor, we'll walk you down to the bus stop.
All right.
We'll take the trail,
Okay.
the Grease Park Trail. And then on the way back, Kathy, we're gonna need one more of these for you.
Okay, sure.
Cauliflower. Yo, you got so much food.
I know this week.
Holy. You be eating Master Lucky Brand all week.
Yep, all day.
So they eat it all now.
You'd eat it all in one shot, Sardor?
No, she said one day.
Oh, one day.
I could eat that in one shot. Shit my brains out.
That's it?
That'll last me about a week. 3 days to a week. Maybe 3 days will last me.
One.
That'll last me about 3 days.
Good.
We promise you, Anonymous, we will not give you away. Will we?
I will not give them away.
And you said too much already. It was, just what we want them to do. I think what you did bring up, though, they might have needed to know, you know? You think?
What?
Just a little bit we brought up, I think they needed to know.
They needed to know that.
Don't you agree?
They have someone to work with.
I'm saying what we
On
said
the
about,
tube,
what we
right
said about
back
them.
there. There's a squeeze
They're
bottle,
coming
empty
out.
squeeze bottle.
Your theory about them coming after James Stack with the computers.
The honey squeeze bottle?
Yes.
Your theory about them coming after James Stack with the hacking, you know, my theory about him not being able to keep his mouth shut. They might have needed to know that, you know. You know, Lucky?
They might not need to know that?
They might have needed to know that.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
We're going to save them from being exposed by saying that.
Okay, now just lift the funnel, just like not even an inch. Yeah, just you gotta get airflow, otherwise it won't go down. Okay, next. Bring back over. Okay. Oops. Alright, Kathy, so you got 2 bottles of teriyaki dressing. You have whatever is left here, we're gonna put this in a smaller jar. This is just pasta sauce. And you're gonna put on your cauliflower. I don't know. Let's get a couple of jars. Get the 2 in the back on the top.
Oh, before you walk, you want to put that email on?
No. We're gonna sit down to, it's gonna take a minute.
All right,
I gotta focus, I gotta think about what you're saying.
okay.
You see in the back with the silver on the top? Yeah, good. Can you reach the back one too? Nice. Loosened it for me, thanks.
Mm-hmm.
Is that ice cream? Yeah.
This is yeah the sauce.
What's the sauce?
The meat sauce.
Yep.
So when police raid hackers' places, they do that? They mess up the report?
I don't know from experience. I'm just kind
So
of
how's
commenting about what I've seen in movies. Like They're always looking for computers, laptops, zip drives, discs.
Yep. Anything.
You go back.
Notebooks. Writings.
That's why these guys want to remain anonymous, because if somebody gives up their name, they can get caught for giving. And that's why when James gave up all this information, he was anonymous. That's how it would happen. It's good that we shot this on camera, because these people might need to know this. They need to know this. If someone's opening up their mouth and not being anonymous when they're supposed to be anonymous, and getting them in trouble. Like, just look at it, we don't know what they're doing. We're not hackers. So we ask them to do something. But what they do and who's doing it, we don't want to know. Right? We don't want to know. And if we were hackers, we wouldn't, if we were anonymous, we wouldn't talk about it. But we're not. That's not our position, we're not hackers. We're just people that ask them to do something for us.
Okay, let's see. I'm gonna put this in a little plastic bag for you. So we're gonna walk you to the stop.
Alright,
We're gonna stop at the 99-cent store on the way back, Kathy.
we had good food today.
We did. That was a good day.
Yeah.
A very good day.
I'm tired.
I couldn't even sleep last night.
Yeah. I'll sleep good tonight.
I don't even know what time I went to bed. I was up for a while.
What time is it now?
7:50.
I'll make it.
I'm surprised I'm doing this way around.
What's that?
I'm surprised I'm not tired yet.
Usually all this time?
Well, I didn't sleep much.
Hmm.
So I woke up this morning. I set my alarm to wake up like
Oh,
really early.
Lukey, my church says marijuana is not good.
Yeah, I'm off marijuana anyway.
So you don't think it's good either?
No, I think it's a medicine that people can use to help them.
I agree.
Definitely better than all the synthetic stuff.
Oh yeah.
Otherwise, Dr. Joe wouldn't have given it to me.
True.
You know, I
Well,
trust
other things in my church does. My church knows a lot, but they don't know everything.
I can't have it.
But I definitely think that my pastor's gonna make an exception with you in the red.
Sweet.
That should be hard to do. But one thing I agree with them on, there's a certain way you sing in the church. Certain things you don't do in the church. And doing thrash metal singing is something you don't do.
Jesus! Yeah, mother clucker! Montagraph. Hit up Montagraph on his live sometime. He said, screw Anonymous, hit up Montagraph. No joke.
What's that?
Who's Montagraph, Bubba Joe? We gotta look him up.
Send one to Anonymous, one to Monograph. Send both. Don't put eggs in one basket. Send this tape to Monograph, but also send it to Anonymous. Alright? That way we have two people working for us.
Do you guys sing classic songs over there, or are they all gospel? You sing
It's
that
all
song?
gospel.
Come sing my soul, my Savior God to thee. You ever heard that song? How
Sounds
great
good.
thou art, how great thou art,
Now you're
yeah,
running, now
God.
you're running. You said it sounded so good, and then you wrote it with that.
I'll go throw this in the trash. You guys want to get your shoes on and head out, or?
It's just what he likes to do.
He's coming up.
Is he? Or was he going down?
Let's go down and
Yeah, I think he was going down. He was go down, slip down some shoes.
Oh yeah, he can't go back up the ship. Well, he has to go back up. He has to get the phone.
When I ran yesterday in the heat, I still couldn't go to sleep early. Crazy.
I'm not gonna be able to stream on the walk, so we'll say goodbye now.
Okay. We're gonna phone now. It's gonna do it.
Yep. That's what I'm doing.
Oh yeah, we can't stream on the walk. We doing a hotspot for you. What's that other company they said?
Instead of anonymous,
Yeah, also with them. What is it?
Montagraph.
Send both. Send one to anonymous, one anonymous. Okay?
Yeah, I'm gonna hold on.
And leave a brief description of what we want to do. And then send the tape to both places. Or the tapes. Here we go. Bring it. Why do you know this Monstergram is? We might be able to help us even better. Go along with it, Marcus. Backup anyway. We can't get an arm salvage with our Monstergram. Going back and forth. Send it to Montagraph first. Lukey,
Yeah.
send it to Montagraph first.
Where is it?
And then send it to Anonymous. They're probably going to do an AI, like you said. Who's that? Me? Just me?
Just filling up the word up right now.
Should I close here?
Yeah, do a slow one though, so you give me time to come down.
All right.
Take your time.
Well, guys, you know the mission. If you choose to accept it. Montagram and Anonymous both. Do what you have to do to get all this information out. And I salute you. We salute you. Remember, this is Operation Hospitalgate with the help of our friends Anonymous and Montenegro. Our mission, all of us, you guys on your end, and looking on ours, are to stop all psychiatric abuse. Stop the medicine, to put an end to the drugging with these medicines, mind-altering substances that they give patients, such as antipsychotics, mood stabilizers. It's to put an end to all the human trafficking in Nassau County Medical Center and other places. It's to expose politicians. It's to expose doctors, nurse practitioners, you name it, RNs, anybody doing abuse toward patients. It's to expose, again, politicians, the highest ranks in the military. I also want you guys to investigate the staging of Osama bin Laden's death. That's right, staging. I was the first one to come out with this on YouTube, and it's a theory that's not just a theory, it's true. They staged Osama bin Laden's death in Skills One Computer Lab, Building 102, the rehab building. And they did it so that politicians could get away with human trafficking in Nassau County Medical Center. Another thing I want you guys to investigate. Hack, and get all this information out.
And anybody who's watching who wants to help out, we could use help. Research. Like Bubba Joe, thanks for telling us about Montegraph.
Ask him again.
We'll look that guy up, or she, whatever it is. And anybody else wants to help out?
If anybody else want to help us, you could go right ahead and help us. Get on the computer and help us. We're not going to do any of the hacking because we're frontline, right? And they'll come right after us if we do. But you guys could be like Anonymous, could remain anonymous. Everybody who wants to help could remain anonymous, right?
What else? Let's check the chat. Salute. Bubba Joe says salute.
I'm gonna end up with this statement.
Okay.
Watergate was a investigation which took down Nixon. Hospitalgate is Operation Hospitalgate is a story, an investigation which is going to take down Barack Obama, Hillary Clinton, Donald John Trump, and others. And to stop abuse in the healthcare system. Hospitalgate makes Watergate look like an argument on a playground. I hope this message is informative.